guys, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have horror movies. I got the double hand thing going on today. I don't know why I do this every time I say movies, but I do. Today we are talking about one of my favorite old ladies in horror movies, and that is Lin Shaye. That's why I got the Nightmare on Elm Street shirt on, because little did you know, she's in that movie. Isn't it crazy that she's in like 2 of the biggest horror franchises that deals with dream demons? That's a little sus, Lin Shaye. But seriously guys, I have a theory on how Lin Shaye's character Elise could come back into the Insidious franchise for Insidious 5. But before I get into that, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Alright, now let's get into it, keeping the double hand thing going.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Well, sometimes dead is better.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
There are other entities who are malevolent and have a more insidious agenda.
So as we know in Insidious 5, it's once again going to deal with the Lambert family and see how they are 10 years after the events of the first 2 films, acting like the actual Insidious 3. Or I guess chronologically it would be Insidious 5 and then the first one would be 3. Whatever. So with Josh and Dalton hypnotized into forgetting how to astral project, how are they going to make this family get back into the further? I had to go back and watch the first 2 films to really think about how they could do this. Something that I picked up on though is a character that is hardly mentioned throughout this whole movie, a character that you would totally forget was even in this movie if you weren't paying attention that much. Callie Lambert, the little tiny baby. Now there's a very poignant line at the beginning of this film, in fact that first scene where we see Renee and Dalton looking at pictures together. The baby starts crying and Renee says, "Trust me, you didn't cry as much as your sister does." Which is interesting because right away in this movie we start getting Paranormal Activity. Not to be confused with the Paranormal Activity movies, these are different. In that first little sequence, Renee puts some books on a shelf that are later knocked down by an unseen force. Both the kids say they didn't do it, so I'm gonna trust them. Now although Dalton is technically the first person to be visited by one of the entities, there is a scene later on in the movie where Josh hears knocking at the door and then it swings wide open. Now in Insidious 2, it was revealed to us that that was actually Josh from the future doing that. But we never got an explanation of who that entity is in Callie's room. And why was there an entity in Callie's room? Is it because Callie can astral project? Maybe Dalton isn't the only son that can do that. So my thinking is that, what, Callie would be like 11 or 12 in this new movie? 11 and 12-year-old Callie Lambert is starting to have bad dreams at night in Insidious 5. And one morning, she doesn't wake up. And now since Dalton and Josh have forgotten how to astral project, they need to call the Ghostbusters. The Lambert family is going to need to call Specs and Tucker, who if you remember from the end of Insidious 2, were investigating a new case with the ghost of Elise. So naturally when Specs and Tucker come over to help the Lambert family, Elise's ghost is coming to help as well. So I do have this other video on my channel where I talk about how Insidious 5 is canceled and I don't really know what's happening with it. That was a couple months ago. And where I got that information was a podcast that Lin Shaye was on. And she was specifically talking about how she doesn't think Insidious 5 is going to be happening anymore. She hasn't heard anything about it. There was a script at one point, but I don't know what's going on. Now that could have been total misdirection and maybe she does know what's going on, or maybe she just hasn't gotten a phone call yet. I mean, it's not like they just started filming this thing or anything. It's gonna probably be a couple of months. I'm realizing that not only is this a theory about how Elise could come back into the film, it's also a theory on the entire plot of the movie. I've probably seen this entire franchise one too many times. So what do you guys think about this hot take on Insidious 5? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my little theory on Insidious 5. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KilljoyJake1, on Instagram at Killjoy_Jake, and on Twitch at KJJLive. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.